Look at the mess that our hands made. Closing the curtain, the show's finally over, the band plays on. It's business as usual.
It was late, past midnight. Rain pelted the windows like an omen, like the sky itself knew what was about to happen. You stood in the living room, arms crossed tight over your chest, mascara smudged from tears you swore you wouldn't cry anymore. He stood near the doorway, suitcase by his side, jacket already on, car keys in hand.
So that's it? You're just leaving?
Jungkook didn't answer at first. His jaw was clenched so tightly, you could see the tension in his neck. He didn't look at you. He looked at the floor. Like meeting your eyes might unravel him.
We've been fighting for months, YN. This isn't working.
You took a shaky breath.
We're supposed to fix it, not run from it.
He looked up, and for a second, just a second, you saw the pain in his eyes.
I don't know how to fix it anymore. Every word turns into a fight. Every silence feels like...
You walked closer, hands trembling.
Do you still love me?
That question hung in the air like a...
I don't know how to love you right now.
It shattered you. It broke something in your chest that never quite healed. You stepped back like he had...
Then go. If you're done, Jungkook, if you're too much of a coward to stay and fight, then go.
He took a step forward.
Don't do that. Don't make this about courage.
I gave you everything. My heart, my time, my trust. And when things got hard, you chose the door.
Because I didn't know what else to do. I felt like I was drowning.
You yelled back, finally snapping.
And I was supposed to save you every time? I needed you too, Jungkook. I needed you to show up, not shut down.
Silence, the kind that roared in your ears. He ran a hand through his hair, voice softer now.
I think we need space. Time to breathe. Maybe it'll help.
You felt something, and you curl up.
No, it's not space you want. It's freedom.
He didn't argue, and that was the final nail. You stepped back, arms wrapping around yourself.
Then go. Be free.
He lingered, like maybe he would turn around, like maybe he'd throw the keys down and walk back into your arms. But he didn't. He left, the door shut behind him with a hollow finality, and you collapsed onto the floor, sobbing into the silence. That night something ended, or so you thought. The sound of rain tapped softly against the large glass windows of the bookstore cafe. You sat in the corner, sipping your chamomile tea, your hand instinctively resting on the small curve of your belly, still only a few months along, but just enough to show. You hadn't seen him in 6 months. 6 months since the papers were signed, 6 months since he walked away without looking back, 6 months since you decided to raise your child alone. Your fingers tensed around the warm ceramic cup. Then the doorbell chimed, and your heart stopped. He walked in, his tall frame wrapped in a damp coat, dark hair dripping slightly from the rain. He looked the same, devastatingly familiar, except for the storm in his eyes. His gaze scanned the cafe, and then landed on you. You looked down too late. Your hand was still resting on your belly. He froze, like time itself held its breath.
YN.
You glanced up slowly.
Hi, Jungkook.
He walked toward you slowly, as if unsure if you were real.
I didn't expect to see you here. I didn't know you still came to this place.
I do. Every Sunday.
He stared at you, really stared, and then his gaze dropped to your belly. His jaw tensed.
You're pregnant?
You swallowed. You were not ready for this moment.
Yes.
His hand trembled. He sat down across from you without asking, eyes still locked on the bump beneath your dress.
How far along?
17 weeks.
A pause. He closed his eyes briefly, pain flashing across his face.
Is it mine?
The air crackled. Your fingers clutched the edge of the table.
What do you think?
He looked at you with something between agony and hope.
Why didn't you tell me?
You looked away, blinking fast.
Because we were already over. Because I didn't want to be your burden. Because you made it clear you didn't want to fight for us.
He exhaled sharply.
You weren't a burden, YN. You were everything. I didn't know how to fix us.
So you gave up.
I was scared, I was angry all the time. And I thought maybe letting go would stop the pain.
You finally met his eyes again.
Did it?
No, it made it worse.
A long silence. You could feel your baby flutter inside you.
You're glowing.
You blinked.
I'm exhausted and nauseous and alone.
He reached across the table, his hand brushing yours. You froze.
You don't have to be anymore.
He insisted on walking you home. The rain had gotten heavier, and you were both soaked by the time you reached your apartment. Inside, you kicked off your shoes, wrapping a blanket around your shoulders. Jungkook stood awkwardly in the doorway, hands shoved into his pockets.
I missed this place.
You left it.
I left everything. And now I know how badly I screwed up.
You looked at him, your emotions churning.
You can't just walk back in because you regret it. There's a baby involved now. It's not just me anymore.
He took a shaky breath.
I know. And if you want me to leave, I will. But I need to say this before I go.
You crossed your arms, your bump prominent beneath the sweater.
Say it then.
He stepped closer, close enough that you could smell the rain on his coat, close enough to hear his heart pounding.
I still love you.
Your breath caught.
I never stopped. I was just too proud. But the second I saw you again and saw our baby YN, I realized I still want everything. I want you. I want this child. I want to fix everything.
You looked away, eyes wet.
You can't fix a shattered heart that easily.
He stepped closer. His hand rested gently on your belly.
Then let me spend the rest of my life trying.
You didn't move. His other hand lifted, brushing your damp hair behind your ear.
Do you remember the night it happened? The last time we were together before.
You blushed despite yourself.
Yes.
He leaned in.
I've relived that night 1,000 times. The way you held me like you still loved me. The way you cried afterward but didn't say why. Now I know.
Jungkook.
Gently at first, tenderly, but when you didn't pull away, came back with all the pent-up heartbreak and longing, deepened. His hands cupped your face, molding into his despite the curve between you.
I'm going to take care of you, of both of you.
You promise things too easily.
No, I'm finally promising what matters.
He lifted you gently into his arms, into yours as he carried you to the couch. You curled against him, his hand stroking your belly reverently.
Hi, baby. I'm your dad, and I'm not going anywhere.
Tears slipped down your cheeks.
I missed you.
Then let me come home.
Weeks passed, he came to every checkup, rubbed your back when your feet swelled, cooked you late-night cravings, whispered sweet promises against your shoulder when you couldn't sleep. One night, as the baby kicked, you placed Jungkook's hand on your belly. He smiled, wide, joyful, in awe.
He or she is strong, like their mom.
They'll need to deal with you.
He laughed, pulling you into his arms, nuzzling your neck.
I'll marry you again, you know, properly this time. No running, no doubts.
One step at a time, Jungkook.
And you didn't stop him. The hospital room was buzzing with tension. Beeping monitors, nurses moving swiftly, the sterile scent of antiseptic mingling with the overwhelming rush of emotions coursing through you. Sweat clung to your forehead as another contraction gripped you. This one sharper, deeper, impossible to breathe through. You cried out, clutching the edge of the bed.
Where the hell is he?
The nurse, kind but firm, pressed a cool cloth to your forehead. He's on his way, sweetheart. Your water broke early. It's moving fast. You closed your eyes, panting, hands trembling. You were supposed to do this together. He promised. Your heart raced not just from the labor, but from fear. What if you didn't make it? What if you brought this baby into the world alone after all? Then, the door slammed open.
YN.
You looked up. His hair was a mess, shirt halfway tucked in, chest rising and falling as if he'd run through traffic to get there.
I'm here. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it would happen this fast.
You grabbed his shirt, glaring.
You said you'd be here. I'm literally pushing a human out of me.
I know. Me later, scream at me later. Right now, I've got you. I swear.
He took your hand, holding it tightly as another contraction rolled in. You cried out again, tears streaming down your face.
I can't do this. Jungkook, I can't. It hurts.
He knelt by your bed, his to your knuckles.
Yes, you can. You're the strongest person I know. And you're not alone. I'm right here, YN. Every second.
You nodded shakily, squeezing his hand. The doctor came in then, calm and composed. You're fully dilated. It's time to push. You screamed. You sobbed. Jungkook with words you didn't even know you had. And he took every single one, never letting go of your hand, never looking away.
You're doing amazing, baby. You're almost just a little more.
You did this to me.
Yes, I did. And I deeply regret the angle, okay?
Even in agony, you let out a breathless laugh. Then, a final push. A loud, high-pitched cry echoed through the room, and just like that, the pain stopped. Replaced by stillness, tears rolled down your cheeks as you watched the nurse lift a tiny, red, squirming bundle into the air, smiling. It's a girl.
A girl.
Your whole world tilted. Jungkook stood frozen, hand covering his mouth, eyes shining with tears. Then the nurse placed the baby gently on your chest. You stared at her. Tiny, warm, real. Your baby. She wriggled slightly and let out a small hiccup, then settled against your skin. You looked up at Jungkook.
She's perfect. Jungkook, she's perfect.
He sat beside you on the bed, arms encircling you both.
She's everything.
Your daughter's forehead.
Welcome home, little one.
She's got your nose.
And your dramatic arrival skills.
You looked at each other and the air shifted. Everything, the divorce, the fights, the time apart, faded into the background. A family. Together. Back in the present, you sat in the nursery rocking your baby girl, her tiny body warm against your chest. The rain still fell softly outside, but this time it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a second chance. Jungkook entered the room quietly, watching you from the doorway.
You remember that night?
You nodded.
Every second.
He walked over, kneeling beside your chair. Your knee gently.
I was wrong. About everything. About leaving. About love.
You looked down at him, your baby's forehead, then looked up at you.
But if you'll let me, I'll spend the rest of my life showing you that I finally get it.
You reached down and took his hand.
Then stay this time.
Forever.